Hello, this video will show you how to use the outer sort custom feature in the all-in-one reports. So I'm starting off here with a pretty standard, query or where, just active in all programs, whatever. And I want to see the marital status of these clients. Now let's do a pretty common thing that we'll typically do to turn this into aggregate data. Let's group by the marital status column, turn the clients into a count, and swing this column over here so we get numbers like that. All right, so that's nice. And we can change the sort to say outer sort ascending. And now we have it ordered where nothingness comes before anything else, and then everything is alphabetical. So that's fine, but there's some issues here. First is we don't want this nothingness to be up top, and we don't want it to be labeled blank. And let's say we had somebody who was widowed in here. Now widowed is at the bottom. I want unknown to be at the bottom. So we need some sort of custom sorting order for how to order these results. How do we do this? We're going to go sort, outer sort custom, and now we have a text box that we can put what we want to be put in here. So how do we tell it what to do? Well, we're gonna have to go find this variable marital status in the system and say edit the variable options. And for this, we'll need to pick the advanced option here, and we can copy and paste all the different codes for this and save changes. And so now what's happened is we're getting it in the exact order that we wanted it to be, and unknown is at the bottom. And notice that other is now being included even though we didn't have any results for other. So this is actually good. Maybe we want this. Maybe we really want to have every single potential option be in our list, and if there was no responses, then there's nothing, and it's blank. Still have this bottom thing being having no text instead of missing or unknown or whatever you want, unanswered, whatever you want to call it. So we can click on this again and say add in a new row, and now we're just going to say equals, so nothingness equals missing or unanswered, so whatever you want to call it. And now that's called that. So hopefully you're kind of getting the sense here that you could, if you were building a report that had a very specific wording and you didn't want to use EmpowerDB's wording, you wanted to use, just single. I don't want this never married stuff. You can go in and do that. Even though in the database, Becca is listed as just being single, single or never married, it will show up in the report just as single here. All right. Just one other kind of fancy thing we can do in here. Let's say we just cared about single, married, and divorced. And get rid of this. And now we say, okay, single, married, divorced, but it's including all these other things. We don't want these other things. Well, they have to be there, but we can at least kind of combine them into one other row of just all other things. And to do that, we use the code O, so lowercase o, and then we can call it whatever we want, all other things, like this. And now it will know to group all the other things together like that. So at least, it's not as cluttered and you're just looking at the whatever other options that you want to be the focus of the report. And again, this does include people who have it blank, the people who have it marked as unknown. So all the other things that counted. So again, but like all these videos, check out the written documentation that's accessed here for some more kind of examples of common scenarios that you would use this for, but this should at least give you a good little basic concept of how to go about using this feature. Thanks.